If I told you that Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez were spotted having a private dinner together last night, your brain probably did a double take. Wait, what? Didn't we leave Jelena behind years ago? Aren't they both living totally separate lives now, with Justin married to Hailey Bieber and Selena focusing on her acting, producing, and rare beauty empire? And yet, the universe just threw us a curveball. A fan at a restaurant casually snapped a short video and picture of Justin and Selena sitting across from each other in deep conversation, looking more serious than two college kids cramming for finals. Minutes later, paparazzi cameras caught them leaving separately. Their faces unreadable, but their energy heavy with something is going on. And now, the internet is collectively losing its mind. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. So, what does this all mean? Are we witnessing a shocking reconciliation, a professional collaboration, or just two exes finally settling old business over pasta and awkward silences? Grab a drink, because we're about to unpack not just what happened last night, but everything that makes this sighting headline-worthy. We'll dive into their history, their cultural impact, why fans care so much, and what this could possibly mean for the future. Let's get into the tea. Picture this: a cozy upscale restaurant, soft lighting, clinking glasses, the kind of place where people go to avoid the noise of the outside world. At one corner table, two of the most recognizable faces of the last decade are leaning in, whispering and gesturing as though they're either solving a global crisis or finally deciding who kept whose hoodie back in 2016. The fan who captured the footage described the atmosphere as intense but not angry. Selena looked focused, her hair tucked behind her ear as she spoke with purpose. Justin, in a casual hoodie and cap, kept nodding, his hands occasionally fidgeting with the silverware. And then, like a scene straight out of a movie, they both stood up separately, adjusted themselves, and walked out of the restaurant through different doors. The paparazzi waiting outside? Oh, they were ready. Cameras flashed, questions were shouted, and yet neither Selena nor Justin gave a soundbite. Silence. Just silence. And in Hollywood, silence speaks louder than words. To understand why this one dinner meeting has the internet spiraling, we need to rewind. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's relationship was never just theirs. It belonged to an entire generation of fans who grew up watching their love story unfold in real time. They weren't just dating, they were the teenage dream incarnate. Their timeline is basically a roller coaster. They were first spotted together in 2010, instantly dubbed Jelena, and quickly became Hollywood's hottest young couple. There were red carpet moments, vacation paparazzi shots, Instagram selfies, and, of course, the inevitable ups and downs. They broke up, they made up, they wrote songs about each other, songs that fans dissected like sacred texts. Justin's Sorry and What Do You Mean? Selena's The Heart Wants What It Wants and later Lose You to Love Me? Every lyric was treated like a page from their diary. Why? Because they were more than just a couple, they were a symbol. They represented young love, heartbreak, and growing up in the spotlight. Fans projected their own teenage hopes, heartbreaks, and dreams onto Justin and Selena. When they fought, it felt like our own first heartbreak. When they reunited, it was like a rom-com finale we all wished for in our own lives. Even now, their names trending together immediately stirs a mix of nostalgia, curiosity, and chaos. Okay, so they didn't give us words. But body language? That's where the real clues lie. In the fans' video clip, Selena leans forward, chin tilted slightly, her hand resting on the table. That posture screams engagement, like she's focused, invested, making sure her message lands. Justin, meanwhile, leans back a little more, but with subtle nods, the kind of nods you give when you're listening intently, but also processing something heavy. First, business. Both of them are powerhouses in music, entertainment, and branding. Could this be the early whisper of a collaboration? Imagine Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez releasing a duet after all these years. The internet would break in ways we haven't seen since Beyoncé dropped a surprise album at midnight. Second, closure. Maybe this was about finally putting old wounds to rest. They've both grown, they've both lived separate lives, and sometimes the only way to truly move forward is to acknowledge the past in person. If that's the case, then last night was less about reconciliation and more about liberation. Third, personal matters. We can't forget that despite everything, they shared a deep connection once. People who loved that intensely don't just erase each other from their lives. Maybe something happened, a life update, a shared memory, a mutual concern, that warranted a sit-down. But here's the twist. What if it's all three? What if this dinner was about business, closure, and personal reconnection all at once? Suddenly, last night feels less like gossip and more like a plot twist in an ongoing story. Oh, the internet did not hold back. Within minutes of the first photo dropping, Jelena was trending worldwide. Twitter threads were spinning conspiracy theories faster than Marvel fans after an Avengers trailer. Some users screamed in excitement, "They're back." Others expressed concern for Hailey, "Someone check on her," while a quieter group insisted it's probably just business. TikTok, meanwhile, turned it into meme gold. Clips of dramatic TV show reunions were edited with breaking news captions. Reaction videos flooded For You pages, with creators reenacting the dinner scene using salt shakers and ketchup bottles as stand-ins for Justin and Selena. It was chaotic, hilarious, and exactly the kind of digital storm you'd expect from a Jelena sighting. And let's not forget Instagram fan pages, which immediately started comparing Selena's outfit to past Jelena moments and analyzing whether Justin's cap had any hidden meaning. Spoiler, it probably didn't, but when it comes to Jelena, even a shoelace can launch theories. Of course, one cannot mention Justin without acknowledging Hailey. She and Justin have built a marriage in the spotlight, facing constant comparisons to Selena. Last night's dinner has already reignited old fandom wars, with some corners of the internet taking it as a threat to Hailey's place in Justin's life. But here's the reality. No one knows the dynamics of their marriage except them. And speculation, while entertaining, often ignores the complexity of real relationships. On Selena's side, she's been outspoken about prioritizing her health, her career, and her personal peace. She's said time and again that she's moved on from the Jelena chapter, focusing instead on building her empire and advocating for mental health. So why the dinner? If anything, it could signal that she's secure enough in herself to revisit the past without being defined by it. The reason this dinner meeting is going to dominate headlines isn't just because it involves Justin and Selena. It's because their story taps into universal themes: first love, heartbreak, closure, and the messy complexity of relationships. Everyone has that one person they can't quite forget, that unfinished story that lingers in the background. Jelena just happens to live that story under a global microscope. So, will this be the last time we hear about Justin and Selena in the same sentence? Probably not. In fact, this could be the spark that reignites a whole new chapter of speculation, whether or not there's anything more to it. And that's the magic or madness of Jelena. It's not just a celebrity relationship. It's a saga, and sagas never really end. So here we are at the end of this deep dive, staring at the same unanswered questions we had at the beginning. Did Justin and Selena meet for closure, for business, or for something more? Was this dinner a one-off, or the start of something new? We may never know the full truth. But what we do know is that for one night in 2025, Justin and Selena reminded us why their names together still make the world stop and scroll. Whether you're a die-hard Jelena fan or someone who just loves good gossip, one thing's clear: the fascination isn't going away. And maybe that's the real story here. Not what they talked about, but the fact that after all these years, they still matter. To us, to pop culture, to the ongoing narrative of love and loss in the spotlight. So what do you think? Was this just dinner, or are we on the brink of the biggest celebrity plot twist of the decade? Drop your thoughts, share your theories, and let's keep the conversation alive, because when it comes to Jelena, the story is never really over. Sparkles, and that, my friend, is the tea.